Hello ladies and gentlemen, why yes, I am wearing a fancy onesie. Thank you for noticing. I'm here today to do my first book haul in what feels like a very long time. I had these weird ideas about book hauls, about how they were misleading and I would never read the books that I showed you, but I got some feedback on that and you guys love book hauls. And there's a great book chain about an hour away called Hastings. I don't know if it's regional or if it's nationwide, but they have a cool system where you can take your used books and get store credit. And they sell used books, new books, movies, and everything. I took this trip in celebration of reaching my reading goal for 2013. I exchanged 8 books and I bought 8 books. The first book is one of 2 books that I bought new and full priced. And it should be no surprise, it was The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Every time I've mentioned this book, I've told you I own it in electronic format, but I really wanted a big chunky paperback version. I feel like fantasy novels need to be read in big chunky paperback format anyway. If you're unfamiliar with this book, it is an epic fantasy following a main character's life journey. I hear he has a great voice, and it's a very approachable fantasy, which is great because I want to start diving into it. This next book is the last book that I bought new and full price, Anne of Green Gables by Ella Montgomery. Every time I've shown you this book in the past, it's been my sister-in-law's copy, and I feel really guilty for keeping it for so long, and I'm really worried that I'll ruin it whenever I read it. So when I found this Puffin edition for $5, snatched it, and it's super cute. I believe Anne of Green Gables tells the story of a spunky little ginger orphan throughout her life and into womanhood. The next book I bought almost solely on the cover, and it is Our Tragic Universe by Scarlett Thomas. I've heard Astrid the Bookworm rave about this author. I don't know if she's read this one, but I just couldn't resist. I love the cover art and the pages and the spine. This book tells the story of a young author who is stuck in her novel and gets a mysterious book on her desk that she just itches to review. The back says, "Our tragic universe finds connections where we didn't know they existed, breaks down conventions that keep us from our destinies, and shows us how we just might be able to rewrite our futures." The next book I found was The Mockingbirds by Daisy Whitney. This is a YA contemporary novel that has been on and off my wish list for years. It tells the story of a young girl who gets date raped and seeks solace in a secret society at her boarding school. The next book is a book I've already read and it's a favorite that I'm surprised I didn't own already. It is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. I love these new editions that spotlight Quentin Blake's illustrations, and when I found a used copy for a really good price, I could not resist. The next book I picked up was Edith Wharton's Ethan Frome. A lovely young lady that I worked with at the library recommended this as one of her favorite classics. I believe it tells the story of a miserable man in a miserable relationship with a miserable woman. And I believe he has an affair and hijinks ensue from there. This edition also has a collection of her other short works. The next book I found was Hold Still by Nina LaCour. I believe Nina LaCour is also the author of Disenchantments, which I read and I didn't love it, but I'm willing to give it another chance because look at this beautiful cover. This is a YA contemporary about a young girl whose friend commits suicide. She finds her journal and it helps her cope with her friend's death and learn that people are more than meets the eye. And the last book I found was a whopping $1.50. I already own it on my e-reader because it's in the public domain, but I could not pass it up. And it is a collection of stories by Rudyard Kipling called Just So Stories. Karate at Adam and Karate raved about this book, so now I have it, and I feel like it'll be a nice little book to read a couple of stories at a time in between other things. Well, that was my first book haul of 2014. Perhaps there will be many more. If you've read any of these books and you think I should push them up on my TBR, please let me know in the comments, and tell me about some books that you've gotten recently, maybe for Christmas. Alright, I'll see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.